Hello all, Havoc here. Let's get ready to play some Resonant Rise. Okay, so this episode, we're back at Resonant Rise. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be working on some Tinker stuff. And one of viewers is saying that she's having a little bit of problems figuring out how to do Tinker. So I'm going to kind of walk through it a little bit slower than I had in the past. Thank you, Shield. And go step by step on how to go about doing it. So on the plus side is part of what I wanted to show you guys was a way to get the blocks easier for building larger smelters. So I'm going to be building more than one smelter today. So that's going to happen. So a little bit of recap on what I've been doing in the off-camera stuff is I collected a bunch of saplings, and got these planted here so we don't have to go out looking for wood. There's a lot of wood going to be needed to repair all this up. Especially after that meteor came through and crashed everything. So I'm going to harvest these as they show up, and once we get the Tinkerers set up, we're going to make a Forester's Axe to make this even easier. Also, something I'm going to be working on the side is I've been collecting Botania stuff. And what's that? Biomes of Plenty, Bamboo Sapling. So I've been collecting as much Botania as I can, and I want to get Botania going as well. I'll be going over that mod as I go, but for now, since we're nowhere near some plains biomes, I went out a long ways. I went out here, back up and around, up over through here, and then pretty much came back up through here and then came back. So I collected as much as I could find, and I did find a hungry node, so right there. So this guy right here is yeah, eating away. He's making a crater. And so one of the upcoming episodes we'll go out there and we'll check it out, and that's from Thaumcraft, and they're pretty awesome. So we're gonna be playing around with those. There's some cool things you can do with them, so we're gonna be playing around with that later on. So yeah, first off, let's do some stuff with smelters. Let's see, what do we got going on here in our inventory? Let's clean all this out. Oh, so we got all of these safari nets, and I ended up, it says a spined witch. So I ended up, this was one of those named elite witches, and she was totally kicking my butt, and she killed me like twice. I couldn't even get my loot back, and so I figured, you know what, I'll take care of her. So I came back here, grabbed a safari net, picked her up, was able to get my loot. So kind of a cheaty way to get around a pretty heavy duty character in the game. So I'm just going to get all this stuff out of our inventory, and we'll keep this stuff for now, and we'll keep the bucket too. We'll just throw it in here. Bucket, book, emerald can go in here. No, it can't. There's no room. How about in here? No room. In here it goes. Alright, cool. So, okay, so Tinker Smelters. You find these in the villages, but you're going to need a couple components that are not in there. You're going to need a Tinker's tank, the seared tank. That is made like so. Seared tank. In order to craft this, you're going to need a bunch of seared brick in the shape of a chest or a furnace with a piece of glass in the middle. And that'll get you the seared tank. Alright. The controller is the same recipe, except it, no shift click. Controller. Except it does not get the glass in the middle. Then you're going to need also a drain, which is this block back here, and a faucet, like that block there. So those two are made up like so. Drain. There it is. Smeltery drain. So like so. And a faucet is made pretty simple as well. With 3 seared brick. Okay. So you need 16, 22, 25 seared brick to get going a simple smelter. To make those, you need grout. So this is the rabbit hole I keep referring to. Is that okay? So to make a smelter, you need this, you need that, you need this, you need that. Okay. So let's come over here. I think we have some grout. Let's see. So we have some sand. We'll grab some of that. We have some clay. We'll grab some of that. And then we have some cobble. I'm going to want that for later. And I don't think I have any gravel, so... Oh, wait. Nope. And... no. Come on with some gravel. Come on. Alright, so we're going to grab these seared brick. Whoop, missed. You know, guys, I just realized that. I apologize for the audio. If that is just too loud, I am so sorry. It's still a little on the loud side. That's better. Okay, so you end up needing gravel, which I don't have any of. Alright, so we're going to pause right here, and we'll come back when I get some gravel. Okay, so we got some gravel. And so basically all you have to do is put some clay, some sand, and some gravel. Just like that, and then you get grout back. So you take that, you place that in a furnace, and it'll start cooking, and then you get seared bricks back. Like so. So that's how you use these to make all your other components. So you take this, you go like this. There's your faucet. There's your controller. And there's your tank. So that's how you make your components for your smelters. So this is a lot of resources to get the grout. I mean, you have to go find clay, you have to go find gravel, and you have to go find sand. If you're nowhere near a desert, sand can be hard to come by. If you're in a desert, clay can be hard to come by. Gravel, well, that's pretty much everywhere. So as long as you're mining, which you kind of have to in this game to progress, you're gonna have gravel. So let's say you have a smelter, you're able to scrap together enough stuff to get the smelter online. But you would like to make a larger smelter, kind of like how we had in our last series before the map got reset. You would want a larger smelter so you can do large runs of materials, or several smelters, for instance. Maybe you want one to just do iron, one to copper, and so on and so forth. So that would require a ton of clay, a ton of sand, and a ton of gravel to make enough grout to make the blocks you need to build this. So now we're going to go over the basics of the smelter, and then we're going to show you some advanced stuff today. So, alright, so first things first, we need some gold. You need gold to make stuff in tinkers. It all starts with the gold. So let's find some gold. So here's some. I think we have some ores to melt down as well. Yeah, okay, so we have a lot of gold. A lot more than I thought I had, actually. So we're going to start out with the simple thing. We're going to take and put 2 gold in here. Actually, wait, scratch that. We're going to put 1 of these in here. Because in theory, this is what you're going to start with, right? You're going to start out with a gold ore, not some ingots. You're going to want a casting table, which you can steal from the village. Right there, casting table. There's two types. There's a casting table and a casting basin. We'll go over both those here in just a minute. So you're going to take your casting table, plop that down like so. You get out of there. So now we have 2 ingots worth of gold. To make any templates, you're going to need 2 ingots of gold. We're going to make an ingot mold. So you can take any block, brick, or sorry, not block, any brick or ingot, so you can even use a gold ingot if we wanted to, and place it on the table. So like that. But gold's expensive, so we don't want to use that. I have a seared brick, so we're going to use that. So gold is right there. You right click on this, and it's going to pour gold into that. It's going to use the block up, the whatever you have in the middle, it's going to go away. So keep that in mind when you're using this. So now we have this form right here of being able to create ingot size stuff. With the Tinkerer Smelter, what it allows you to do is melt any, or I'm not going to say anything, but a lot of things down to turn them into ingots. This is how you do your ore doubling. If you take this block and put that into a standard furnace, one of these guys over there, this one ore is going to give you 1 ingot back. You put that in the smelter, as you just saw, I put 1 in there, I got 2 ingots worth back to make this. So that's how you do your ore doubling. With the darkness, what's up? I haven't made my sleeping bag yet. I need to do that. Sleep. And bam, it's daylight. Okay. So now we got ore doubling down. We have a basic smelter online. This is pretty basic. Thought I could stand on the faucet to get up there. Guess not. So this is a 2x2 by 2 internal structure. Or sorry. So it's a 3x3, sorry. So we can do 1 stack of things inside here. So 3x3x3x3. We can do 9 items, sorry. My math sucks. So in theory, we could turn around and go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It won't take all 10, it'll only take 9. I stand corrected again. That's going to take 9 times 3, so it'll hold. This will hold 27 items. Told you my math sucked. So all these gone in there. I just pulled them back out because I don't want it to do that right now. Okay, so that is how you make your forge or your smelter work. The actual crafting of weapons and stuff we will do in another episode after this one. So today I want to show you some stuff on how to get more bricks. So what you want to do is open up your smelter and take cobblestone and throw in there. I'm not going to do that much. That's a lot. All you have to do is take some cobblestone. Let's throw in 8 cobblestone. And what it's going to do is it's going to melt the cobblestone and turn it into molten seared. And so once this all melts up, you're literally going to be able to make cobblestone, or I mean, seared bricks. It's that easy. So this is going to melt cobblestone, which you get from mining, which, like I said, you're going to be doing mining in order to progress in this game, period. How deep down the rabbit hole do you wish to go, Alice? As long as I got bacon mushroom burgers, all the way to the bottom. And wait just a little bit longer. And like that, we have seared stone. Now we turn around, pour it into that. Seared brick, 14 of them. 15 of them. So just like that, we're increasing our rate at which we can build smelters to be more efficient with all of our harvesting of ores. Are we done? Yep, we're all done. So just like that, we have, whoops, I did not mean to put that back in there. It won't melt it down. So you can do that, and then you can also do this. So we're going to pick this up. We're going to pick this up. And then we're going to throw the basin down. And then we're going to throw these back in here. Those will melt up, and then we can fill this thing up and get a block. And this block's going to look different texturally to this one, but it works the same exact way. So it'll just make us easier to build smelters. So you can build your ingots, your seared bricks, in order to get your components for your seared tank, your faucets, your drains, and tanks, or controllers, tanks, faucets, and drains. Whew. Havoc and complete sentences brought to you by. So there we go. So this is an interesting way to get your materials a little bit cheaper to allow you to make your smelters a little bit quicker, a little bit larger, and a little bit more efficiently. So now we still need to work on getting a better form of lava. That is not where that goes. We need to get work on getting better source of lava because you notice it's chewing up the lava like crazy. That's one thing that this does do, is it eats a lot of lava. So we hit this, it's going to fill that block up. Bam. One seared brick. Or block. There you go. Seared stone. Smelter structure block safe for decoration. So now we can actually come over here and we can build another smelter with that. Well, I guess it would be a scale model because it's going to be a square. But yeah, so now that's that. It cannot be broken down. You can't get bricks out of it. So that's why you want this template to build your bricks to get all your other stuff. So I hope that clears up a little bit of stuff on the smelter. And next episode we're going to be working on getting actual weapons made. So we're going to have this set up to be doing this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this one here, just this smelter, for just making our tinker's weapons. And I'm going to make more smelters along here that will hold all of our ores. So we can smelt down different ores all at the same time and not have to wait. Because last time we'd have to wait till the lead was done to get the tin and so on and so forth. So, alright, so that's that. So we're going to get the farm going. We got the smelter going. I'm getting all the ore collecting going that I can. Actually, we're going to get this going. We're going to get this, go here, all that. Melt all the gold. So we're going to smelt all the gold down so we can make templates. And for everything we don't need a template for, we will turn back into ingots. Okay, so we want to make sure oops, I'll just put these here for now. Clean up my inventory a little bit. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some some ways that I set things up. Some pattern chests, one of these. We want a crafting station over there, and one of these. Alright. I'll show you guys how I set it up. I mean, you can set this stuff up however you want because, well, they're just crafting stations. They're no different than a standard crafting terminal like that right there. So you can put a tool station down. This is where you actually will come to build and upgrade all your different Tinkerer's tools. Thusly. I usually like to put next to that a standard crafting table. Like so. Underneath that, I like to break as much stuff as I possibly can. Let's see here, some more sand. I like to put a double chest underneath that. Are you are without stuff, so you are to become my double chest. All right. So there, put that like that. This here, here, and here. So now how do you access the chest? You access it by going into here. So now you can take and put this stuff into here. You don't have to worry about the fact that, well, the chest itself doesn't actually open. Alright, so now we need a pattern builder. I put that one here first because it's kind of like the order you go in across here. So pattern builder. Actually, kind of in the wrong order. So I put this here. Bear with me, guys. Stencil table, and then this one needs to move over one. Excellent. Thank you. Ding. Alright, so this is kind of your order for your tinkerers. Over here, right next to the mess I keep making, we're going to put an advanced tool station over here. But we don't have the materials to make that yet, so we'll get there. So, I think I have this in the wrong order. I do! Surprise! I still put it in the wrong order. Okay. This one goes here. That one goes there. No! Jeez! This is Havoc Derping, brought to you by. Okay, so, you start here. You say, I want to make a pattern of this, and it makes a pattern. You come over here, you put the patterns in here, and then you build it here. So you go from left to right. That's how I set it up, and then I put the chest below it. This is the pattern chest. That was that guy right there, the orange one. That's what that is. That's a pattern chest. So what that does is it allows you to store patterns in it, so you don't have to actually carry them around with you. We are looking for what? We need wood. So we're going to grab some wood, come over to this crafting station, turn it into planks. We'll take half of those planks, turn it into sticks. So now we have 32 blank patterns. Those go in here. This is where your blank patterns go. So now all you have to do is figure out what you want to make, and then you're going to go forward from there. Let's see. We want to make an actual pick. So hold on a second here. I wanted to make sure we didn't have a pick head pattern over here. Take out a lot of this stuff that we know we're not going to use. I'm going to just get rid of them. There's a lot of duplicates. This is one I robbed from a village, so it comes with a lot of duplicates, a lot of miscellaneous ones that I personally have never used, and so I'm just getting rid of all of those. Once you have one pattern, you do not need another one, unless it's destroyed for some reason. Okay, so alright. So we don't have a pick head pattern. So over here, I'm going to throw all that. So we don't have a pick head pattern. We need that. And we're going to need a tool rod pattern, which is this one. Do we have a tool rod pattern? Let's look. We do have a tool rod pattern, so we do not need that one. So we come over here. We place this here. So we cobble. Place cobble in here, and it tells you that you're going to need, oh, here it is. On the pattern, it says material cost 1. It's going to take 1 cobble to give you this stone axe head pattern. You pull that out of there. You come over to the smelter, put that down. Okay, good, all the gold melted. And now remember, when you pour the gold on here, it's going to make a pattern, but it's going to eat up the stone. It's going to pull 2 ingots from our reservoir, and now we have a pick head pattern. And that's how you do that. So a little cool thing you can do is if you have more than 1 pattern chest, which we have a couple from different villages that we had stopped by and taken all their stuff, we're going to take all this stuff out of here, pick this back up. Then you can store your patterns like that. So now when you're not making a pickaxe, you can store it in this pattern chest that's right here. So there you go. That's how you make a pickaxe. We'll do this one more time for the tool rod. So we come over here, which we already have the tool rod actually. We're going to pick this up in here, put a tool rod here. So now, it says material cost 0.5. So you get your tool rod and a piece of remnant called a stone shard. What I do is I take my stone shard and put it down here. So the next time I go to make something that requires a half of something like this one, I put it down here instead, and I'll only get that back. So a little bit of a fun thing to do there. This is going to be the same thing. We put the stone template down, pour the gold onto it, another template. Place the template in there, store it for later. That's how you make your templates for all your tools. I want a piece of stone stand. Sandstone, stone stand. So that's the beginnings on how to make the tools. To make the tools themselves, you need to smelt down a material to make the pick. So I was going to do this in the next episode, but we're just going to go ahead and do it now. I haven't recorded in a few days, so I'm kind of excited to get back into doing some more recording. Some more gold to put in there. What I would like to do is make another osmium, because that was a really impressive material last time. So I'm going to make my tools again out of osmium. So you can take the pick and tool rod back. If you hold shift down over it, it will tell you all the materials that you can use to make this different template. Each one's different. So the pickaxe and the tool rod, they might share them, but they could also be different. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So we're going to throw this down here. We're going to come up here, and we're going to throw all our osmium in here. And hope there's enough lava to get this done. We need to go find a pretty solid source of lava and collect that. Okay, so while that smelts up, I'm going to come over here, and we had a bunch of seared brick over here. These were what I had not used in our other smelters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at increasing and making multiple smelters. I'm not sure if I want to make it out of this. I kind of like the seared stone look. I think it looks better than the seared brick. I'll show you guys right here. It kind of looks like stone, like the default vanilla stone. So I kind of like that better. I think it'll look cool, but I'm not sure. So something I'm going to play with here off screen, and so expect a lot more smelters right here when we come back in our next episode. And there we go. All our osmium is done. So now when you have multiple ores in here, the way to change this out is you click on it and it will switch. Whichever one you click on will go to the bottom. And then it moves whichever one was at the bottom, it moves it up one. You can have multiple layers of material in here, but be careful. Some of them do join to make what's called an alloy. When it's way more advanced, we can get into that another time. So we have osmium on the bottom. We're going to pour it in here. We'll get an osmium pick head, like so. Pluck that out. Put the tool rod in there. Pour that on here. And done. Put that away. Put that away. Come over to our tool station. We pick on the pickaxe. I forgot a binder, so let's make a binder real quick. Come over here. Do we have a binder first? Tool binding pattern. We already do. So we're going to do this. Grab one of those. Switch to gold. Pour. Switch to osmium. And pour. And then we'll throw this in here for later. All right, there is one osmium pickaxe. So we come down here real quick. There we go. We are now into Tinkerer stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a few more different things. I'm going to make the Forester's Axe. Yeah, I'm going to make a few different of the things. I need to go find lava. So also, if I do find a thing of lava in our next episode, I'll show you how I go about collecting lava to make it a little bit easier to put into the smelter. But yeah. So that's going to be it for this episode. Yeah, I hope that this cleared up a little bit of some confusion that might be about some of the things with Tinkerers. But just remember with Minecraft, especially modded Minecraft, it's only as complicated as you want to play it. The mods in this mod pack specifically is pretty diverse. There are a ton of them. And so you only have to play the mods that you want to play. Just because it's where are we going here? Mods. Just because it's in here, there's like 170 mods in this mod pack. Just because it's in here, you don't have to play it. Advanced Warfare is one I'm going to be getting into here very soon. It allows you to add NPCs that do work for you. I'm going to start working with that off screen, and I'll just probably be recapping that because there's no way I can do a mod covering on that. So, cool. That's going to be it for this episode. It's Havoc. Have fun. Keep gaming.